Scene: a solitary, austere room, with Nietzsche sitting at a writing desk. The philosopher speaks in a reflective yet impassioned tone, delivering a monologue on the theme of prejudice, its origins, and its relation to human weakness. The lighting is dim, casting shadows that emphasize the weight of his words. Nietzsche, gazing at the audience with piercing eyes. "What is prejudice, you ask?" He pauses, smirking slightly. "A trifling thing, some might say. A mere mistake, a misunderstanding of reality. But no, it is so much more. Prejudice is born not from ignorance, but from the will to simplify, to reduce, to flatten the world to fit the narrow contours of one's feeble mind." He gestures grandly, sweeping his arm across the room as if to gather all the human frailties in his grasp. Man, the animal of fear, cannot tolerate the infinite complexity of existence. He cannot stare too long into the abyss of possibility without trembling. And so he creates his truths, his pitiful dogmas, his inherited customs, his moralities. All these systems of thought, my friends, all these doctrines and creeds, what are they but prejudices draped in the cloak of reason? His voice intensifies as he stands up from the desk, walking with purpose toward the audience. Man wants prejudice. He craves it like a drug, for in it he finds solace, protection from the chaos that surrounds him. It is his shield against the terrifying freedom of thought, the unbearable lightness of being untethered to certainty. Prejudice is not an accident, it is a deliberate act of cowardice. He scoffs, his face showing disdain for the weakness he describes. And let us not speak of the so-called enlightened ones, the philosophers who cling to their own prejudices with the same fervor as the common herd clings to superstition. Oh yes, they too are guilty. Even the most celebrated thinker is but a prisoner of his time, his culture, his society. They cry out for truth, but what they seek is only a mirror of themselves, their own narrow experiences elevated to universal law. Nietzsche pauses, leaning forward, eyes burning with intensity. But we who aspire to go beyond good and evil, we must have the courage to cast off these chains, to rid ourselves of all preconceived notions, to gaze into the raw, unmediated reality that lies before us. Terrible, indifferent, yet full of possibility. To be free, truly free, we must become creators of our own values, unburdened by the prejudices that once shackled us. His tone becomes darker, more reflective. Yet I warn you, it is not an easy path. The herd will turn against you, for nothing terrifies them more than the one who dares to question the very foundations of their morality. The masses cling to their prejudices because they are afraid of what they might discover if they allow themselves to see the world as it is, without the comforting filter of their beliefs. He turns back to the desk, resting his hands on it, speaking with a softer, almost sorrowful tone. But beware, for even the one who seeks to destroy prejudice is not immune to its seduction. The most dangerous prejudice of all is the belief that one has none. Yes, the greatest peril lies in the arrogance of the philosopher himself. To stand above the world and believe oneself untouched by its pettiness, that too is a form of blindness. He sighs, as if bearing the weight of his own words. So let us not deceive ourselves. We too carry our own hidden prejudices. To confront them, to lay them bare, and to annihilate them, is that not the ultimate task of the Übermensch? To live without false idols, without comforting lies, without the crutches of tradition. To walk this earth as gods, creators of our own destiny? Nietzsche straightens up, eyes gleaming with fierce resolve. Yes, that is the challenge. To transcend prejudice is to transcend mediocrity itself. It is the path toward greatness, but few have the courage to walk it. Most will prefer the comfort of their illusions, and they will despise you for stripping them away. He smiles slightly, as if anticipating their scorn. But let them hate us. Let them call us mad, arrogant, dangerous, for in their hatred we find our freedom. Prejudice, my friends, is the chain that binds humanity to its lowest form, and it is only by breaking that chain that we can soar. He pauses for a long moment, his voice growing quieter, more intimate. So I leave you with this. Do not seek truth in the opinions of others, nor in the traditions of your fathers. Look inward, tear apart your assumptions, and rise above the mediocrity of the herd. Prejudice is the cage, but you, if you dare, hold the key. Nietzsche slowly sits back at his desk, picking up his pen, as if returning to his own solitary battle against the world of illusions.